Ready to start your kitchen treasure hunt.
Absolutely.
Okay, round one are the rarities. These are the rare things you have in your kitchen. And we're going to start with number one is my favorite question of all of them, but I start with it, which is what is the item you cherish the most in your kitchen that you would save first in a fire?
So I remember what Jessie's answer was, which was that she cherishes nothing. So at first, that was my initial reaction. I was like, "I cherish nothing. I cherish my life." But no, but I do. I will say I thought about this, and I actually have my Dutch oven over there,
Okay. Yeah.
and his name is Bruce, and so. I would take Bruce because Bruce has multi purposes and will cook for us in the next apartment. But Bruce also needs what was it? This is just it's a wooden paddle I got, but this actually was a godsend. I had an emergent cooking emergency when I did an event in Hawaii this summer, and
Oh, wow.
I didn't have a whisk. The kitchen didn't have what I needed completely, and I just went to H Mart and went and got this. And this will save your life. You will be able to cook with it and to whisk with it if you are extremely handy.
Is
So,
it a
yeah,
is it a unique wooden spoon? Like, does it have a unique shape
it
to it,
is
or like a
just a
unique?
wooden paddle spoon, basically.
Yeah,
In a jam, it just very much helped me. I had a pot about this big that I had to, like, make miracles out of. We've all been there. We all had to make
yeah.
miracles to eat
What were
out of
you
this.
making?
I was making kimchi mac for 75 people.
Oh my
So,
god.
I was
That
yeah,
is
I was
terrifying. I max out at eight people. I just do dinner parties, and eight is as much as I can do. So 75 people is a lot of people. For people who don't know, can you tell us a little bit about your background in cooking and cookbook writing? I know you're also a teacher, right?
yeah, so multifaceted, as we all are mostly in
You have
this
to be
um,
in this economy, you gotta do it all.
definitely. I started out as a teacher. I still technically am one, and that's where I found my forte in cooking. But when I was doing my independent business and going to clients' houses and teaching them families how to cook. I love working with the children and kids, and that's essentially what I did in classrooms. Was I was very much the creative partner in the partnership, and I loved teaching, going to client's house with my bag full of groceries and helping them cook. And then when lockdown happened, that restructured entirely. And
Mm,
so everybody was online, and no child wanted to be online longer than they needed to be. But we did what we could. And this is where writing also kind of kicked
mm,
into gear. And I was able to write more articles, more recipes. I was already starting to do it when freelance budgets were a little more generous.
right.
And did I say that out loud? So basically, it kind of helped to be home where everybody was home and everybody was cooking, and and reading. So that was where I was able to kind of make that more of a saving grace of, income for a while.
Wow.
So
So you transitioned during the pandemic. I mean, I feel like there's probably a lot of stories of people whose lives changed during the pandemic, including mine because we lived in LA and I was like ready to move back to New York. So I was like, which is crazy because we had more space in LA. So maybe that wasn't really pandemic related. Anyway, okay, on to number two. What is the oldest item in your kitchen?
ooh, actually, it's right here. I had to think you get very thought-provoking questions.
Thank you. That's
Um,
why I get paid the big dollars.
actually, it probably has to be this. It's
Wow.
like an old school, like, 1970s corkscrew that I totally stole from my parents. But it basically yeah, I mean, it's so worn out that, like, the top doesn't even pop things off anymore. It's just really
Uh-huh.
worn out over here. But yeah, if you have a cork bottle, this is the oldest thing here, and my parents don't really, drink anymore, so this actually helps a lot me anyway.
Do you have
Um,
like the wine key version where you have to just like what waiters use? Because I have been
I
hosted many a dinner party where I'm like trying to figure it out and I have no idea what I'm doing.
I don't like that one, it hurts me. So I'm
Yeah,
like, "This is not working, I need my
yeah.
my trusty," and it looks like a little a little person. I mean,
Yeah, it
it's
does look like a little person. It feels like a Pixar character. I feel like I feel like that's the perfect in between a wine key and then like the more like dorky like what's that one called where it's like a they sell it on Home Shopping Network where it's like the ninja the where it's like a lever. Anyway, that's the best wine opener. I think that's cool.
ano-
All right.
another old thing
Oh,
I
you have
really like
another old thing.
is probably the Corel plates, the ones that like are on.
Ooh.
This is not even the oldest one, but it's one that I have. So
Love an old plate. I was just watching Stanley Tucci's show, and they were at a restaurant, and they served it on this like old, beautiful Italian china. So I did Google image search, and I put it on my Substack, and somebody helped me track it down, and it's like $200 for a single plate. So I won't be getting it.
oh my lord. Okay, you would never use it, but yeah.
I do it every so often. If I'm feeling flush, I buy plates. Some people buy cars or drugs. I buy plates. So that's
Oh,
my thing.
yeah.
Number three, what is something given to you by a loved one that's important to you?
Mm, so I actually this is a little story. I when I was starting out in my cooking career, and to clarify, I was writing and then yeah, went straight forward into it in the pandemic. Lots of things changed for everybody during that time. But I couldn't afford a Japanese steel knife, and I, was one of those had no money, cooks who had to kind of train on the job basically because I'd already spent $47,000 on grad school.
Right.
So right. So there was going to be no formal training. But so I remember going to the Koden showroom to check out their knives because they were having a showcase and inviting people in to come see their knives. And I knew I couldn't afford them at the time. But then 2 Christmases ago, my husband got me one of these.
Oh,
So,
that's so
and
sweet.
yeah, so, and it's still in its sheet. I'm still, I'll be honest, I value this thing like crazy. So I'm like, don't come out with your little sheets until you're ready. But yeah, no, this was tears in your eyes, kind of amazing.
Oh,
Like you
that's
listen to
very
me.
sweet. Wait, so do you use it or you just keep it and
I
you
do,
see?
I use it, but like it should stand. No, I'm just kidding. I do use it, but I know to take like extra good care of it if I'm going to be bringing it with me somewhere. Or
It's funny because it's like my philosophy about knives has always been to get a shitty chef's knife and then to like sharpen it as much as you want because it's like not that precious, but it's kind of what you have is like kind of the inverse where it's like you have something so precious you're probably scared to sharpen it.
I'm a little scared. I mean, I just know that because luckily I've accumulated a little bit of a collection. I'm not as hardcore as a lot of people and collecting so many awesome steel knives from everywhere, but I do have my trusty go-tos, but this one is like, you
That's a
know,
beautiful story. Yeah, I mean, a gift like that is very sweet. I hope you use it in good health. Number four, what is an ingredient that you have that most people don't have in their kitchens?
so again, so we live in New York and these days you can get everything. So I didn't want to be presumptuous because I was like,
Remember?
well, there's a lot of stuff in Asian households that are not in other households. But I will say, so I thought about some things I've noticed from clients actually, um, which is that everybody has herb de Provence, but nobody actually has culinary lavender, like straight up culinary lavender.
Oh, I definitely don't have that.
So this one is from Lavender by the Bay in East Marion, New York, and basically, like I noticed this, even though that there's trending of lavender tea and lavender lattes and stuff. But I noticed in clients' kitchens that I said, you don't actually have this. You have herb de Provence, but not culinary lavender. But the other thing I thought of was I actually got this in Japan because my sister said they don't sell it in the States, was cold brew matcha, a really good one. Um,
Whoa.
and this
This could
one
be like your Shark Tank product. Like you could bring this to the US and like become a zillionaire.
I don't know. I like them the way they are, but yeah, I found this and I brought back bags and bags of it because this stuff will keep you awake at
Yes, I
night.
learned that lesson the hard way because I made matcha. I was developing a cookbook and I created matcha snickerdoodles, and I kept like testing them and testing them, and I was like eating matcha snickerdoodles by that night I was like shaking in bed. I was like, "What did I just do?" What is the
Yeah.
third thing that you're holding up?
Third thing is, this would be probably big in Hawaiian households, but again, went to spend some time in Oahu this summer and mamaki tea. This is good for your blood pressure. It's refreshing. It has a nice earthy taste to it. And in a way, I'm kind of hoping like a lot of households don't get it too much in the mainland of the United States, only because I'm like, don't mix it with stuff, don't cheapen it. It's like a traditional drink on Hawaii, and I love it. So yeah, that's I would say
Those are good
probably
answers. But I'm
yeah,
curious about the lavender, because it's like lavender. I'm kind of on the fence when I have it at a restaurant. If there's like a lavender dessert, I sometimes think it tastes like soap.
yeah.
So how do you use it in a way that makes it taste good?
So I like mixing it with I'll be honest, I like mixing it with lemon. I get what you mean that it tastes kind of
Mm,
soapy. That's kind of how I feel about rose desserts, except Malai ice cream made me a believer in
mm.
rose
Oh
desserts.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I love that
Um,
place.
oh, Malai ice cream with rose with ice cream with cinnamon almonds. That's my favorite one. But
That's a good one.
with the culinary lavender, I will say because it's a little presents sweet. So it would go into baking. So I've made lavender shortbread for
Okay.
lavender shortbread cookies, but I use it actually. It was the recipes that I got to publish, which was I use it to marinate chicken. So,
Oh.
because to me it always tasted kind of savory, also, and
Uh-huh.
then gratified to know that Rachel Koo thinks the same way. And so but yeah, no, so when I first had lavender, I basically cooked it in chicken, with garlic and, garlic and lemon juice and honey, and,
Mm,
you marinate the chicken like that, it is so good, and,
yeah.
it was just, like, an amazing thing, and then, again, just finding Rachel Koo and, like, another Asian sister who basically, like, she cooked, French food for a long time, and then I saw that she had a recipe that was a lavender chicken recipe. I was so happy. I'm like, "I found
Yes.
kindred spirit."
I'm gonna try that. I'm gonna order some culinary lavender when we hang up. So,
Yeah.
awesome. So number 5 in this round is, what is your favorite serving dish or plate in your collection?
I love going to Daiso. I so after I got married, that was when everybody cashes in on all the serving platters. But, the one that I consistently use, honestly, is from Daiso, not from Crate& and Barrel, but I love you, Crate& and Barrel. I but honestly, Daiso has some great stuff, and because it's just me and my husband, honestly, like, a simple bowl plate like this, it's just very simple and easy to wash, but it's an oval shape, and
Yeah.
if you have vegetables or anything that you wanna put on this is the best, and it's very affordable.
It's
So
so funny too, like when I go to like a place like ABC Carpet or like some store where it's like insanely expensive, I sometimes wonder if like you put like a plate from there next to Crate& and Barrel, next to Costco, next to it's like if anyone could really tell the difference, and I would guess probably not, but maybe I just like I like what I like. My precious plates are more like old ones that have like images on them. So like that's my kind of like fun little.
Mhm.
I'll show you. I've shown this in a previous episode, but this is my New York World's Fair plate, which I found on eBay, and
Oh,
it's
I
from
love
the World's Fair from 19 whatever year the World's Fair was.
that.
So. Uh, all right, let's go to round 2, the everyday. We're going to start with, what did you have for breakfast today?
I was a good girl and I had oatmeal because I was at an event in Philly last night and we had lots of delicious things there that
Yeah.
my doctor might say I shouldn't have been eating. But no, today was oatmeal, berries, and banana. And I'm one of those people that needs to have my oatmeal kind of a specific way.
Yeah, how
Uh,
do you do it? I want to know how you cook it.
um, so I admit that I get some rolled oats from Trader Joe's, and I just stick that in the microwave. I'm a because I don't have time to be on the stove in the
That's
morning.
fine. There's no shame in the microwave.
No shame in the microwave. But I do that and, just cook it in regular water, nuke it for about 2 minutes and then an additional 30. I put a scoop of peanut butter in there,
Mm.
some chia seeds, a splash of almond milk, flaxseed, ground flaxseed, cinnamon, and just a sprig I don't like it too sweet, so just like a little dousing of good honey and a little sprinkling of salt, and if I have some fruit on hand, that's pretty key, and
That
oh,
sounds
look,
so good. I want to eat that. Wait, what was the last part?
a little dash of ground turmeric also, gotta keep
Oh, so
things
it's sort of a
healthy.
healthy, super healthy oatmeal. I feel like I go in different directions with my oatmeal. Like if I'm feeling healthy, like I'll do exactly that. I'll cook it in water, but sometimes I toast it. So I'll just take the pot
Mhm,
and I'll put the oats in and I'll just toast it dry. And sometimes I'll
mhm,
put coconut flakes in there or
mhm.
pecans or almonds, and then once it's toasty and smells really good, then I add water and I cook it down, and then I sometimes add dried cherries. Those are my, like,
My
oatmeal.
my husband will do that, with the dried cherries and dried cranberries, so yeah.
Yeah, I love dried cherries. Number 2, what is your go-to plate or bowl when you're just grabbing a bite?
In our household, we have several bowls. I've been lucky to have that, but also part of the Corel thing that my mom gave
Mm.
me. It's a nice little square bowl.
Yeah.
It's good for soup when you need to just like kind of sip it out of.
Smart. Yeah, because a round bowl doesn't have a corner, but that bowl does, so that's so
Mhm.
smart. I've never thought of that.
Structurally, it just kind of is more forgiving than just having one finger bowl, but this is pretty much it. Yeah.
That's awesome. Okay, what is something in your refrigerator left over from your last cooking session?
So it's not a day to cook. It's too hot. And yesterday.
It is very hot.
Yes, I actually probably have leftover veggie soba that I made the other night for us. Yeah.
Is that in
What
your
was
book?
no, and it could go in the next book whenever that decides to come.
I actually I was looking at your book and I have Persian cucumbers in the refrigerator. So I was going to make your cucumber salad. I forget what it's called in Korean, but it was sort of like chilies and garlic and what else? The soy sauce. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, the oymuchim, it's basically just like cucumber kimchi, right? But
Mhm.
there's actually another one. I put a recipe in there for fresh strawberry kotori, with, cucumber. So it's like a fresh kimchified kind of, condiment to have. I highly recommend it on a day like this, where you can have it with, your grilled fish, um, your chicken. It's just very refreshing to have,
Hmm.
and
Yeah, it sounds refreshing.
yeah, I'm not huge on cucumbers, like, alone, but when they're
Right.
put with other seasonings, then yes. I know people who are wild for them, and I'm not one of them.
Well, you got me hungry. That idea of strawberries and cucumber sounds really interesting as a condiment. So I have to get
Yeah.
some strawberries now. Okay, number 4. What's something in your kitchen that you never use, but you just can't get rid of it?
We're trying to get rid of it. It's still kind of sitting in the foyer, like, wrapped up, getting ready for us to decide what to do with it. I'm getting rid of my Instant Pot.
Oh,
Um,
I went through that. I bought an Instant Pot. I thought I was going to use it all the time, and then I got rid of it.
I feel guilty, but I'm also it just to me, it wasn't getting as much use as it probably should have, and for any busy household who finds the best use out of it, I'm not dissing on them at all. It's just
Yeah.
for us, I was like, I just didn't maybe I just didn't know how to use it as properly as I should have, but
No, I mean, I think the idea that like because it's like a slow cooker or a pressure cooker, but I guess the idea is you can sear in there, like you can get things seared. But I didn't like the searing mechanism. I was like, I'd rather be on a stove searing. And then at the end
that's
of the day, if I'm gonna braise something, I could like braise it on the stove top and just to kind of put the lid on and put it on low heat and like I mean, I work from home, so I guess that's different. I guess you
Yeah.
wouldn't leave your burner on if you were leaving the house.
I
Uh,
no, don't do that.
yeah.
Have things happen when you do that.
Yeah.
No, but I same thing was that I work from home, so I was home, but I was also like it was just taking up space here. We have very little
Yeah.
space. I tried seeing if I could give it away. And because it still works very well. It's just
Well, you have
I've never
55 people watching you live right now in this chat. So if anybody lives in New York and wants an instant pot, you know who to talk to.
you would have to come to me. But that was the thing, everybody already had one, so the ones that
Yeah.
the folks that I had spoken to, so I was like,
Yeah.
"I think Instant Pot, you're just gonna have to, go to the land of wherever we can yeah, like"
It kind of feels like with the Peloton too, like during the pandemic when everyone had a Peloton, and
Yeah.
now it's like you can't get rid of one. I fell into that trap. Okay, what is the ingredient you go to again and again to give things that Caroline Choe flair?
That was hard. That was a hard question, but
Well,
it's
I think it's going to be good because you mean you already showed us lavender and cool things, so I feel like you'll have a good answer.
um, honestly, it would probably either I'm not even gonna go with either. I'll just go with, smoked paprika. I just tend
Well,
to put a little touch of it in everything.
yeah.
It gives everything a little something something. So that's why I like the flavor of it, and just pretty much it ends up kind of amping up or putting it into another space, your dish.
Hmm.
Yeah, yeah.
I love smoked paprika. It's like sort of, yeah, it makes things taste like you've been outside, even if you aren't outside. So
Mm, mm,
that's a good way. All right. Well, we blew through that category. So now we're in round three. Let's get random.
mm.
Number one, what is the weirdest thing in your kitchen?
I was like, "Me?" But it's honestly, well, the only thing I can say because I have like a half living room, half kitchen situation, I think that we make it work. My top fan has never worked. Um,
Yeah.
and so, like, because our place has kind of low lighting, I end up also just using the light a lot.
Yeah.
So maybe that's a little bit of a quirky thing. The oven itself is also kind of weird and quirky. We had to figure out how to kind of maneuver with it because with the
Yeah.
handles, it looks like a perfectly normal
Yeah.
oven, but
It looks
you have
great.
it's one of those you have to push, the oven, mechanism to kind of actually turn it on, and the pilot lights stop working at some point, so we use, have to
Oh no.
light
You gotta
it.
manually light the oven. Okay. That
And
is
and
weird.
and then when you lower it, you have to do it so carefully or the pilot light will go out.
Got
Um,
it.
so yeah, it's an interesting, weird thing going on there.
Yeah. No, but it's nice you have gas burners. That's good. I mean, I know that people are into induction these days, but I love my gas burners because you can roast char a pepper, char a, whatever you want on it. Okay, number two, do you have any art hanging on the walls of your kitchen?
I should since I'm an artist, but no, these walls are kind of like make me nervous because
Yeah.
they're very thin, but also because when you move, you have to spackle everything. So we haven't
Yeah.
actually hung anything in here, but I want to.
Okay.
But you can make up for it with printed towels and some oven
Yeah, you
mitts.
got some tchotchkes hanging around. I mean, there's no right or wrong answer to these questions. This is just getting to know you better. What can you show us what you just like? Can you tilt it back over that way?
Yeah,
Oh, so is that a butcher block?
so this is technically, I guess you could call it a butcher block, but it's like whatever could fit into everything here. Again, this is where
Yeah.
Rachel is my girl because she had a tiny, tiny kitchen, and so do I.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, this is basically just a kitchen rack. It has,
Oh,
you
that's
know,
great. It's very efficiently done.
yes, you can build a career off small spaces, people.
Oh yeah.
But these, yeah, all oven mitts that have been worn, and this is one that actually doesn't protect me at all. It's Hayao Miyazaki. I love
Oh my
Miyazaki,
God. Yeah,
and
I do
yeah, so
too. Oh, these are awesome. These would have been good answers to like, do you have art in your kitchen? And it also would have been good answers to like, what is the weirdest thing in your kitchen? So there you go.
I guess I do have art in my kitchen, but just yeah,
Yeah.
it's on like printed towels, printed things. So yeah,
I always
that's
get
good.
cool oven mitts that don't actually work. Like, I got these ones were from Dunson. I got it for
Yeah,
Christmas. You can see like they're like literally black. Is like
no, same,
I
same.
burned my fingers on a
I have beat mine are all beat up, so it's like
yeah.
I
Means you
really
actually
have
cook.
to.
Yeah. Yeah. I still haven't found like the great oven mitt of my life. Like I feel like there are like all those like America's Test Kitchen or testing shows where they test all the oven mitts, but I've never found the one. So if you ever find one, let me know. Number three, do you keep any cookbooks in your kitchen? And if so, which ones?
I
Uh,
do. They're not again that's over there, but I did bring some of them over here.
yeah.
So I do have mine is over there where it's safe on the shelf over there, so it's and but I actually have my Rachel right here. This is actually the metric version.
Oh, nice.
I was the first thing that was available to me when I actually had it, but, I use this a lot in my, younger classrooms, Molly Katzen Pretend Soup.
I don't know that one. That's
You
cool.
don't know this one? Oh,
Yeah.
it is honestly the simplest of even for any beginner, cook, what I loved this, and I'm hoping for my next cookbook to be like this. So she does step by step, like, drawings
Aw, that's
of
so cute.
of how to do things, and so when I was actually illustrating recipes, for one of a few of the pieces I did, during the pandemic for recipes for the Today Show, yeah, that was pretty inspirational. And of course we have Ina.
Oh, of
Yeah.
course. Cooking for
Yeah.
Jeffrey. Yeah, I mean, how could you not have that?
She honestly, when you read her books for anyone who's ever read Ina's books, the meticulous way that they have constantly tested and measured everything, um,
Yes.
honestly have a lot of respect for because I'm like, that was exactly how I try to do things when I'm teaching is just like, we're
Yeah.
gonna keep it simple. We're not gonna knock you around and say a little bit of this and a little bit, you could do
That's
that,
what I
but
do in my newsletter at this point. I'm like, just add some of this, some of this. And like people are like, can you just give me a recipe?
"Do you need
Uh,
measurement?" I'm like, okay." But honestly, yeah, it's been like I mean, these are the and of course, just because
oh yeah.
love my illustrated cookbook, so I love Samin's, salt fat
She's
acid.
amazing. I mean, Ina's back to Ina for a second. I mean, I feel like for me, she was the gateway drug because I started watching her in my early 20s. And whenever she started, I guess I might have been in my early 20s, and that was a long time ago.
Yeah.
But I would actually go to the Borders bookstore with index cards and a pen, and this is how long ago this was. This is before the internet, and I would copy recipes out of her books because I couldn't afford to buy them at the time.
Oh my god. Oh, that is I love that actually.
Yeah,
That I mean, I would like to say she had a nice hand in teaching a lot of Americans how to cook, a nice big generation of people how to cook.
yeah,
Um, I would love to cook with her. Rosanna, okay.
yeah. Maybe she's
But
watching us right now, and we have 58 people in here. She could be one of them.
yay, Ina. Queen Ina. But she's
Yeah,
honestly, I think we all learned a little bit from her on how to
yeah,
kind of elegantly host a party and how to, bake certain things or yeah, on it. Those are the
yeah.
books that stay in my kitchen. So
Those are great. I'm gonna go look up the. I actually don't have the Rachel Koo one, so I'm gonna look at that when we hang out.
and it's in
Okay.
ones now. So yeah.
Okay. Number four, show us your guilty pleasure snack or dessert item. I know guilty is like not a great food word, but I think everyone kind of gets what I mean by that.
Guilty schmaltzy.
Eh,
Guilty schmaltzy. Right now, so I don't have any more 'cause, they're gone. I didn't realize that they were gone, but, I love chocolate yan yan.
wait,
It's
chocolate what?
chocolate yan yan. So it's a dip it's kind of like the concept of Dunkaroos, basically, but
Yeah.
this one first. It was, sesame cracker sticks in a red, cone container, which you can find these at H Mart, but, basically, like, they're dipping sticks into frosting essentially, and my favorite was chocolate. I know some people die for the vanilla, for the strawberry. I know the snackers come to H Mart and basically take the chocolate, but I make sure I dominate that before they get there. And this is actually, again, because we're grown-ups now and we have to eat sort of healthy.
Yeah, yeah.
But Timmy's actually, they have these veggie sticks. And
Oh, like are they made out of chickpeas?
I believe they are made, let's see what they're, yellow pea flour, sunflower oil, yada 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 yada. So yeah,
Oh,
it's
peas. So it's like made of yellow peas.
yeah,
Wow.
I believe it has, I believe it should have some chickpea in it.
Yeah.
But these, I notice I can't really find them in the store anymore, so I have to order them online. But yeah, that or handful of walnuts is a dark chocolate usually does it.
It's funny. I went to Trader Joe's recently, and I'm trying to think if I still have any. Um, sorry, I'm walking off camera for a second. Don't get scared. I'll be right back. But here I am. And have you ever had this stuff from Trader Joe's? It's like Thai snack mix.
I
Oh
refuse.
my god! It's called Tom Yum Seasoned Snack Mix, a crunchy blend of cashews, fava beans, sticky rice, and peas with the flavors of Thai Tom Yum soup. And you're making a face. You're not into it? It's so good. It's so good. They ranked all the wire cutter people ranked all the snacks at Trader Joe's, and this was number one, which is why I bought it. And it's so flavorful. I mean, just give it a shot. Okay. Number five, do you have a favorite utensil?
A favorite utensil. So I meant to ask you, is it to eat with or to cook with or to
You
eat
know
with?
what? That comes up a lot on this show, and I actually don't know the answer anymore. I thought a utensil was something you ate with, but a lot of people
Right.
have shown me like ladles and things. So I'm like, I don't even know what I mean by it. So you can answer it however you want to answer it, what it means to you.
I can honestly say I was like, I will choose a spoon. And the reason why I'll choose a spoon is because you can't have soup with a fork. And, if you really wanna
True.
get crafty when you're eating, like steak or something, just someone have cut it for you, and then you just pick the thing up with a spoon and put it in your
That's a good answer. Do you have a favorite like actual spoon in your collection, like one that you like to use more than all the others, or are they all
I
equal?
I try to keep it structured because we only get to keep them here. Honestly, just regular size, not too big. Because I've been blessed to inherit people's stuff when they move, like a teeny
Yeah.
tiny spoon, like a
Yeah, you
smaller
got a lot
spoon,
of
like
spoons. Yeah.
for ice. This is good for ice cream or your yogurt.
I
And
just
then we
got
have
the what's the one the coon spoon? Is that what this is? This is like a tasting spoon. Oh yeah,
oh,
somebody recommended okay, so this was Michael Rollman, the food writer, invented this spoon where you can
it
like
looks
dip
like to
it,
me.
and he sold it like a long time ago on his website. I don't know if he still does, but it has his initials on it. But then Gray Coons, the stuff is like famous for this Coon spoon, which you can use to like sauce things with. And somebody mentioned it. I mean, I'm telling you, whenever I do these interviews, I literally hang up and buy something. So I bought the Coon spoon, and I'm really loving it. But now I'm gonna have to get what Yan Yan? Is that what it's called? The
Yan
snack?
Yan.
Yeah.
YANYAN. Yeah, just look in the snack section of H Mart. It should be there.
I will. All right, we're going to get to the final round now. Round four is the drill, where we're going to learn which products you use in your day to day life so we can copy them. So we're going to start with your go to cooking oil.
Ooh, whatever's on sale. I'm not even kidding. Now, I know that there's gonna be like snobs out there who are gonna rip me to shreds, but I'm like, no,
No.
honestly, for a like there's you're cooking olive oil and you're eating olive oil. And I've learned from my parents to get whatever's on sale, but I have a bevy of things. I use grapeseed oil for frying or vegetable oil. My go-to olive oil at the moment is whatever we have right now, which is that we have like a big tin of 365 from Whole
Yeah.
Foods. But I did get this because of Cherry Bomb. It's the Graza spray.
Oh.
So this works really
I
well
like
here.
I love Graza packaging. It's always good. Well, it's interesting you say whatever's on sale because, and you mentioned grapeseed oil because I actually get overwhelmed at the grocery store when I'm buying. Like, I'm not overwhelmed by olive oil because I feel like if it's nice enough, it will work. But like with regular like neutral oils, like I'm like, well, this one because like wasn't there all that stuff about like some of them being bad for you if they're from seeds or whatever. So, but grapeseed oil seems like it's the most expensive sometimes. So I don't even know what to get.
I luckily, it was on sale when I needed it to be, and
Yeah.
so it was just, yeah, whatever grapeseed oil there
Yeah.
possibly is that can just carry us to
Well,
the next
I think what you're
place.
saying is also very liberating for people who are watching, which is just like buy oil, cook with it, like don't worry so much about it.
Yeah, don't be a snob. It's right now.
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
you
Don't
have
be a
to.
snob.
Yeah, don't be a snob.
Yeah. As Ina would say, store bought is fine. Okay. Your go to soy sauce.
Right now, it's probably low sodium kikkoman, or
Yeah.
senpyo. Yeah,
Yeah. I like that.
yeah.
And what, and can you tell us, because I've heard that I wrote a cookbook where I cooked with Grace Young, who's the Chinese cookbook author, and she taught me to use low sodium so you could season it yourself. Is that
Yeah.
why you like using low sodium?
I do, honestly, because it got to a point that things were a little overwhelming, and the thing is, now you can find it more avidly in stores, getting older, I'm in my
Yeah.
40s, so I have to be very mindful
Oh
of
yeah.
certain things, and because it's not, what people I think need to realize is that, like, when you find one that's not chemical based, it's naturally based, or something that basically just is going to taste good no matter what you do with it. That's been the one my family's used for a long time,
Yeah.
and so
Ketomon's great.
yes,
How about vinegar? What's your go to vinegar?
I'm a again. Snobs don't come for me. Heinz
Yeah.
distilled white vinegar. And actually, I have this is great for my salads, which is not gonna
Rice vinegar.
see, it's the sweet,
Oh
vinegar,
yeah.
like, we had to search high and low for another bottle of this, but it is perfect. I don't need to do anything to it. It has the right amount of acidity, right amount of sweetness, and, add it to an olive oil and, just a little sprinkling of salt, little sprinkling of pepper, mix it up. You don't even have to add, what you would do with a regular vinaigrette. You just, with mustard and whatnot, you just use that and olive oil and this and
That's it. Well, that's
yeah.
good. I'm gonna get some of that. What is your go to hot sauce if you use hot sauce?
So I don't.
That's
I'm
fine.
yeah, I'm one of those people. No, I honestly.
Okay.
So my husband is more of a hot sauce person or a spicy sauce person. We have a bottle of Cholula in the fridge, just like one should when they need something. But this is one that actually my friend Cassandra Lamb actually makes.
Oh.
It's holy oil from Mama Lamb's, and it is very good. And I will have a teeny weeny little bit. It's, it is fantastic.
So you won't be going on that hot ones show where they're eating all the chicken wings. That won't be you.
I will have 10 tons of Pepsid and, tums probably. I've
Where you go
yeah,
on it.
body
You know what I
changes.
like? Actually I just used it today at lunch, which is this momofuku sweet and sour. Like I guess it's about Korean barbecue sauce.
Okay.
Um, and it's kind of it's I guess it's not spicy at all. It's just barbecue sauce, so that's not a good example. I have one that's go to. I have one in my refrigerator. Actually, I think I've shown this before. This is great if you want something that's like not too spicy. It's weak knees gochujang sriracha. Uh,
Oh,
and so
okay.
it's like it's tempered by the gochujang, so it's not pure sriracha, so it has just a little heat and a little depth,
Yeah.
I would say. So there you go.
Honestly, if we have to mix up something that needs a kick, you just, in our house, we just do, gochugaru and,
Yeah,
sesame oil and a little bit of vinegar. We do, or gochujang. So, like, I wouldn't say
yeah,
if we do have a spicy or hot sauce collection, it's usually Eric's, my husband's, and he likes what he likes. But that one is Mama Lamb's. So right now is
yeah.
our go-to. Yeah.
But is kimchi like traditionally spicy? Like, is it supposed to be spicy?
Originally, no. As I understand it, it was white kimchi and became red as it kind of migrated through
Yeah,
Korea. And but honestly, it's what I love is that people are learning more about it,
Hmm.
and more accepting of it, because back in the '70s when my family was eating it, in the States, it was not quite as revered the way it is now,
Yeah.
and they couldn't find, kimchi in the city at all. If you did, it was in Manhattan, and it was, like, this big for, like, $14 at the time, they said, and making their own kinda wasn't really an option, only because their apartment was really small. So, their alternative was sauerkraut and hot sauce at the time,
Wow.
and they said it scratched the itch, but it wasn't the same.
Oh
So,
my God, that's
yeah,
the name of your memoir. Will be sauerkraut and hot sauce. That's a really good title.
I'll keep it in mind.
Oh, keep it in mind. Oh well, I already know the answer. I think I know the answer to your go-to chef's knife. Is it the one that you just got from your husband?
I it is, that's again, it's like that's the golden child that doesn't need to always be used, but I will use it on the best occasions, and also traveling because it has the sheath. But this one is actually very good. It's imaku, and it's a knife that basically is extremely fantastically sharp, or it's stayed sharp since I've had it, and, it's pretty affordable for anybody who wants to get their chops going with a good chef's knife that's very, sharp. And,
Their chops going. That's funny because you're
their
chopping
chops
with the knife.
because my cousin had come to me asking, "Oh, what do you recommend a good, chef's knife for me?" He cooks a lot. And I told him, "You don't have to," if you're just starting with using a very good knife, then I would recommend, and I gave him this one. And I said, because in the end, it's like you don't before you go spending a lot of money on a knife that you're going to need to take very good care of, learn how to use one with this.
And
So,
can you tell us one more time the name of the brand and maybe even spell it?
it it is, I feel a little weird, like going like, here, no,
Yeah.
it's, uh, I know, it's like,
Oh,
yeah.
Imarku. Okay. Imarku. Got it. Imarku. I'll check it
Honestly,
out.
this has served us well in the kitchen, so yeah. Mhm.
All right, we're almost at the end. You're doing great. How do you feel about your kitchen treasure hunt so far?
I'm loving the treasure hunt.
Okay.
I'm
Well,
loving
now we're
it.
just gonna ask what your go-to salt is. Are you a diamond crystal queen? Are you a Morton's kosher salt? Are you a sea salt? What kind of salt person are you?
I'm definitely a diamond kosher salt person, and
Yeah.
we buy it by the load, basically.
Yep. That's what I do.
And, because, well, the humid weather is coming in, so we know not to buy too big of a commitment, because our place does not have AC. And so,
Oh
I
my God.
I've somehow lived like this for how long, I don't know. But
Wow.
when the humidity kinda settles in, it kinda draws out the moisture in the box, or I'm not sure exactly what the term is, but just we noticed that, it will start to soak up all of the humidity that gets in there, become a giant block, and, the box itself gets kind of, like, warped because of it and
Yeah.
spotted. So but yeah, no, diamond kosher salt, because of its flat structure, because it's very gentle, um and it's not, like, entirely, with sea salt, you get the brininess, and it's very delicious, but it's also this one I've taught my students with, and I've also kind of used for myself, because I find it to be a little gentler than Morton sea salt. No offense to Morton sea salt, love you guys too.
No.
But,
Yeah, that's fine.
yeah, this has been we're a diamond salt family.
And
So
that's pretty much the most common answer I get to that question. Although I've had a few people that use baleen sea salt, or one person did, which I was surprised. Well, we're up to our final question, and this is another favorite question because I think it's very personal. And I'll just show you that I use Joy as my dish soap. So, what is your go-to dish soap?
whatever is on top. No, I'm just kidding. I did it not kidding though. Um I'm finicky about dish soap, if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
Um, Something unscented. Um,
Oh,
Unscented, or we get palm olive, only because I hate when you wash something and then you eat something and all you can smell is the leftover dish, or the smell of there's no soap left on the plate, but you can smell it.
yeah.
And or if you're drinking from a cup and it smells like your dish soap. So I usually go for one that's unscented. We've used 7th generation. And
Yeah,
oh,
I heard that one. Yeah,
yeah.
second generation comes up a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, unscented, I mean, I don't know, I like the lemon smell for some reason, even though it's synthetic, it's like it's always funny when I clean my lemon juicer and then I squirt on the lemon, Joy. I'm like, well, I'm literally like cleaning a lemon, like real lemon with like fake lemon. I don't know. I think it's funny. Well, Caroline, this was a blast, and I'm so glad I met you last week at that party. I should go to more parties.
Thank you, Mayuk, and thank you, Charlotte. It was
Yeah, that was
great.
great, and I hope I run into you and in the real world. And I'm excited to cook from your cookbook.
Yay. We'll see each other in Westchester or something on a weekend.
Oh
So
yeah, totally. All right. Well, have a great rest of your day, and I'll talk to you soon. All
talk to
right.
you. Bye.
Bye.